Feminists, when they look at situations where a man is head of household, will repeatedly say they can't understand that that's elective by women. They immediately see it as a woman's being subjugated, or like they view you as chained to the stove. And I'm like,
they've never had a woman submit to them. They've never seen genuine desire in their life.
The men, you're saying, haven't
seen that. Yes, the men have never seen genuine desire from a woman in their life. They don't believe it because they themselves have never seen it.
Would you say for a woman then that's critical of that potentially she also hasn't felt that desire from
Absolutely.
a man?
You have a lot of women out there. Just yesterday, we're on the show, and the girl in the red was talking about how she was willing to have a mid-tier man. And everything that was running through my mind was bullshit, because I could go in your inbox right now, and there's 50 guys that have decent jobs, that are decent looking, a decent height, decent life, and she is passing them up. And until a man like the men that we're talking about being come into a room and grab her life by the throat, she is not going to get married. Because a woman does not want to make a deal where she does not feel like she is winning. And so that man that is weak could never understand a woman wanting to be submissive in that way because he has never felt it.
Women also lie all the time. I mean, they lie all the time.
Yeah.
You'll see them, they'll say, oh, I just want, in one breath, they'll say, I just want, a good guy. I just want a good guy. And then you're like, oh, what does
Bullshit.
that mean? They say, I just want a good guy. I don't care about this. And then you let them talk a little bit more, and they lose sight of like that talking point they're supposed to say, and then suddenly it's, well, he's got to make 100K a year, he's got to be 6 feet,
he's got to be above average in every aspect I could possibly name.
One girl, no joke, was on a panel, we covered it the other day because we were getting into the kink component, the potential kink component that might have been in the exchanges between Andrew and, they were trying to paint it like it was great, but we were like, is this kink? Could this just be kink? And there was a woman who was like, I need to be strangled. So that was, no joke, modest-looking woman. What she was really saying is she wanted a dominant man. She was trying to put it into words.
I was about to say that earlier. Like, I don't have a sex channel, but there's a reason.
Someone does.
There's a reason 50 Shades of Grey is such a popular book.
That's what I said here the other day.
There is no situation where I believe that a woman in some way, and I'll say some way just to be somewhat correct politically, does not want to be dominated in the bedroom. And to be quite honest with you, if I can't take that lead, I don't want to sleep with that woman. It just feels off to me.
Yeah.
I said that to Hunter yesterday. I said, or was it yesterday? I don't even know. It's all blur. But I said to him something like, women don't want to go into a bedroom and they have to be the doer of, they got to make it all happen. I mean, that is deeply unsatisfying moment for a woman. Yeah. And he was like, well, it depends on the bedroom. And I'm like, oh, no, honey, you just, so no, it doesn't.
That guy, I don't know who we're talking about, but by the sounds of it, that guy's never been with a woman who's truly submitted to him in the bedroom. That guy has never been able to get that out of a woman.
Agreed.
Right? Because he's just not masculine and dominant enough for her to want to completely let go. And that's a big part of, BDSM or kink or any going down any of these kind of fantasies. That's what it's about. It's about that woman being able to let go and absolve all responsibility and free herself and really just get into her sexual essence.
And funny enough,
if you all go into bedrooms, I don't know. Are you single? I don't know anything about. I don't know what you want to reveal.
There's a couple of women who would hate me to say that I am.
So you're not married though? I don't know.
I'm not married. No.
Okay. So are you? I'm trying to figure out. Like you're saying, if you walked into a bedroom, you meet a girl, you like her, but then all of a sudden you walk to the bedroom and she wants to be the dominant. You're like, I
wouldn't sleep with her.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Is it because you wouldn't enjoy it? Like what?
I absolutely wouldn't enjoy it.
You wouldn't enjoy it?
No, of course not. But what he just said is really important because that's not just the bedroom. That's a relationship.
Yep.
If a woman feels safe to let go in a relationship, she will become submissive. I have found that women are much happier in that role than sitting there fighting with their man about who's going to be the man.
Right.
You know what I hear all the time is when I go out on a date with a woman, especially if this woman is, say, like a boss babe, like not necessarily a boss babe, but like she runs her own business. She's like, a big 6-figure earner, a managerial type, right? She's in a position in her life where she's in charge of other people, in particular men.
Right.
Consistently, I will get complimented on the fact that I tell her simple things on the first date. Meet me here at this time, wear this, and I order her drinks for her, I order her food for her. She doesn't have to do a damn thing.
Yeah.
Men will be blown away at how that is so simple to do and how women these days absolutely fall head over heels for a guy who just takes the lead like that because they're not used to it anymore. They're in their whole life, they are constantly having men tell them they can do no wrong, constantly sucking up to them, kissing their ass, not disagreeing with them, not standing on their own 2 feet and holding their own goddamn opinions. It's just dudes rolling over for women constantly. That's all these women see in their entire life, is dudes rolling over backwards for them.
Guys are afraid to do that stuff, though, because guys are told now, don't open a door for a woman. She doesn't want that. Don't order for a woman. You're stepping on her toes. So guys don't follow that advice.
I think there's a part of that which is men who are resentful, because there's definitely a group of guys out there who were the gentlemen or tried to behave gentlemanly,
got trashed,
but they got taken advantage of because they weren't the man yet.
Okay.
Right? They were just the foodie call. Right?
So they did it, but they didn't do it right, and now
they did it, but they weren't the guy that deserved the respect.
Okay.
Yet.
So
right? So they
yet.
acted like a gentleman, and they did all those things that they were told to do, and then they got passed over for like the Chad in the background, who she just went off and slept with immediately, right? And so they get resentful about that, and so they think, oh, I'll never do this for a woman ever again, ever, because I got used in these particular circumstances. But what the reality is, well, that guy you can totally be the gentleman. I would like to think that you'll be a very gentleman,
bro,
right?
Absolutely.
But
I will not let a girl open a door.
You have to be that man first. You have to be the guy that demands that, not demands, but have the guy that earns that respect from her in the first place. Respect is the foundation. It has to come from there first. You can't, otherwise you're trying to coerce behaviors out of a woman that she doesn't even want to do. It's obligatory.
Right. Because she doesn't trust you. She doesn't, all of those components have to kind of work together.
Yeah, right.
Justin,
and
do
that's
you want to add
what I was just going to say is why I'm not a very, very big fan of game or pickup. Because you have this hollow man that's going to walk up to a woman and he has this list of things he's going to say to either make her feel insecure or to be funny or whatever, but the bubble is going to pop.
Right.
So she's going to find you out. So you have to be that man already. And if you walk up to her and you're confident when you tell her, do not open a door around me and you are never going to pay for a dinner, then you're going to get played. You know, you can't talk your way out of doing that work. And she knows it because you can't talk with conviction. You can't act with conviction. You can't look her in the eyes and tell her what you really think. And for that reason, she will never respect you. So you're going to have a problem.
If you like the short clip and want to watch another short clip, click here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.